The last thing I want to mention is this idea, it's a myth called the steadfast character. And I'm raising this because this is very often an argument that a lot of people have for why situations are really stories. You have a character who's a basically good person, and then the aliens invade. And now they've got to save their family from being abducted and probed and all that kind of stuff by the aliens. They've got to become more resourceful. And they're basically the good person they've always been, but now they're maybe a little more violent. They're going into a space they're not used to going into. They get into the alien spaceship and they find the family about to be consumed by the blah, blah, blah. And they get them out and they're safe, and then the aliens die. I'm better for what happened to me. I'm the stronger parent. I'm a good guy. I've always been a good guy, but now I'm a better guy. That's the steadfast character, always steadfast. The emotional space is really no different at the end of that steadfast story than it is at the beginning. They're the same basic guy or gal. They haven't changed. They've just become more committed to their steadfastness. Here's the reality of what story character change means. Your story cannot stay in the same place. That's what the steadfast story is. Nothing really changes. The person is basically the same person. There's no change. So steadfast, boom, stuck right there, no change. That's never going to work in a story. You either change for the better and become a better person because you fix the moral problem you've got that's driving everything under the surface, or you go backward and you digress and you become like Michael Corleone. You make a bad choice at the end to go deeper into your moral problem instead of going out of it, and you become the monster, the devil, the Godfather. Stepping backward is change. There's no such thing as staying steadfast in the middle. Even the character that says to themselves, I refuse to change, I'm steadfast, I will not change, that is in fact a step backward. The choice not to change is still a choice, and it does not make them more of who they are. It keeps them in the less of who they are. So even the steadfast character is represented by the idea that they refuse to change, which is a step backward. You either go forward or backward. You don't ever just stay where you are. And even if you do stay where you are, that is in effect, dramatically, a step backward. Okay. So that's the myth of the steadfast character. Don't do those kind of characters. They're a dead end. Dramatically, comedically, on every level, they're a dead end.